Yeah, we should be streaming now.
Hello and welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, and that voice you just heard was the soulless one Stanley Red, who doesn't seem to understand that before we start streaming, you need to shut the hell up. So we heard him before we even started. Thanks, Stanley.
Yep. No problem.
This is what happens when you don't have a soul. Well, welcome. What's the Lunch Stream? That's where we hang out with you folks for the next hour or so, bring you some entertainment. It's a Friday. Thank God it's Friday. It's time for the weekend. It's time to have some fun. We've brought some of the crew with us. We're going to answer your questions. So if you have questions, get them in. The Soulless One Stanley will scoop them up and we'll rock and roll. Joining me also is the one and only Dr. Finn, Medicine Woman.
I'm remodding characters.
That's right. We also have Vincelli.
What up?
Who else we got in here? We got Stoner Jedi.
What's up?
And we've got... That's it. That's all we have. But I don't know where the rest of the crew is, but those should be on. We're going to do a roster review, and then we're just going to answer questions. But first, I'd like to see how much money I'm going to get from the credit high. So let's see. I'm going to roll. Let's see what I get, guys. Let's see. Big money, big money, big money. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Big money. 5 mil.
Better than 4 or 3.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, well, yeah, 5 million. Well, shit. So for more, I'm greedy. But if you have any questions, go ahead and get them in. Remember, guys, hit the thumbs up, subscribe. Glad to see everybody in chat. Welcome to the show. Let's see. A lot going on today. Not so much in the game. Life progresses in the game as usual. I guess we got the next territory war getting ready to come up. And, yeah, I don't think that's going to be the big event for this weekend. And I think then territory battle starts, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look. When does that start? Yeah, it starts in an hour and 56 minutes. Yes, it does. Oh, we got $2 from Vigilant Sentinel already. Said, good morning, RSG. Well, good morning to you, good sir. As life goes on, I progress and try to get my tray up, but these damn droid callers, they are, they're hard to come by. You can only get them in raids or in the store. So, yeah.
I hope you didn't kill
Not very happy about that. So if you have questions, throw them in there. Let's go ahead and do our roster review. Today we are going to be looking at Jay Gotts1's profile, and he's in the Death Star. And Dr. Finn, what does Jay want us to look at today?
Alright, and so his in-game name is Spartacus. If you scroll down, you'll see it. Spartacus.
I am Spartacus.
I am
No,
Spartacus.
he is Spartacus.
I am Spartacus.
I am Spartacus.
He is Spartacus.
No.
And
All right, you're an idiot, Finn.
I don't get the reference.
What do you mean? Have you not seen the movie Spartacus?
I'm joking.
I was about to punch you in the face.
So he wants to... Sorry. So he wants to know what tune he should be farming in just overall. In Cantina in particular, he's farming Sith Marauder, so if we want to look at what...
Sith Marauder? Oh, hell no.
That's what I'm doing. I like him already.
If I find some characters other than Sith Marauder, I'm not going to be a happy camper.
Well, depends on what he has left, so we'll take a look at that. He says his arena team is currently steady around 70 to 50.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
But he wants to see if he can get higher. He can possibly into the top 20. So we'll take a look at his arena team. And then his heroic Sith, he's looking for what he can do in order to increase his heroic Sith damage. So he's interested in modding his Jedi Training Raid team to get a higher score and other teams and getting a better Night Sister score. So that's what he's looking for.
Okay, let's do this. Let me look at characters. I want to look at mods. Let's see here. It'll pop up. Got some good pieces I'm looking at. No. Okay. Well, looks okay. Let's look overall. Let's filter by teams. We already know the JTR team is set. We know the Chex Mix team, from what I'm gathering, looks set.
You said he goes by Spartacus, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Let me read off his Zetas real quick, since I have it up. That way we have
We'll just read the ones he doesn't have. Look for the ones he doesn't have, and then pipe in.
Well, okay.
Well, if we go by phases, right? Does he have JTR's lead and roll with the punches on BB?
Okay.
Yeah.
So
he only has one on R2. I don't know if he needs the second.
Number crunch is fine.
He has number crunch, right? Or does he have
his Night Sisters are all Zeted.
Okay, good.
Got Han, he's got Thrawn, he's got
the Troopers gear 12.
How's his Wampa? Does he have Zetas on his Wampa?
Yeah, he has one.
Okay.
He has Cornered Beast. I don't know how strong his first order is, but he only has a OG Kylo Zeted.
Okay.
Yeah, Night Sisters looks solid. He just needs to get his Talia to gear 11, but he's got the weak zombie. So for heroic, Saj and Talzin are done. I mean, he's good to go with his Night Sisters. I really like this team. Good job on your Night Sisters. Let's look at his first order. We found the new where you need to farm gear. Finish your Night Sisters and then get in here and get these first order done. You got them all 7 stars. Let's see, which one is he going to run? He's going to run Kylo Ren, both First Order Executioner, which is 7-star already, First Order Stormtrooper, and then pick one. First Order, either you're going to go First Order TIE Fighter Pilot or First Order Special Forces, which is not even done. So you need to get your First Order up in gear.
Officer, he needs Officer too.
Yeah. You can either run Special Forces or First Order Officer. I would say for the sake, go ahead and get First Order Officer done, and then throw that team in there, and you'll be really, really good for the raid and also territory battles, territory wars. You'll be good to go. Let's see here. Imperial Troopers.
It looks like the reason for him doing Sith Marauder and Cantina is because he's almost done 7-starring most of his characters.
Yeah, I mean, I was just...
It's better in Cantina.
Yeah, I haven't done Sith Marauder because I'm finishing up Super Pooper Trooper. And just because it's a crew, you know. And so then I'll go back in and get Marauder. But yeah, I can see why he's doing it, because he's got everything else he needs. The Troopers look good. You got to get Shore Trooper to at least gear 11. But other than that, they look pretty damn solid. They're all gear. Let's see, Stark is 9 as well. So yeah,
Stark needs to get up there.
Stark's got to get to 11. So does Short Trooper. So that's something you need to work on as well. Other than that, he's got the pieces. It just looks like gear really is the biggest thing that he's facing. Gear and some levels on some of them, but that's probably the credit crunch hitting him, which is understandable. But really, he's got the pieces, Finn.
Yeah. I was just looking at some. So his Hermit Yoda is 6-star. So that's something he can work on. But he has his Wampa at 7-star. So
that's good.
He focused on at least Wampa, so he has that character complete. So I was trying to see what he has for a Phase 2 team. Because his Princess Leia is only gear 10, so she's not going to be a lot of damage. And without Hermit Yoda, the Wampa team is a little bit weakened as well.
Some of his Phoenix look pretty geared, but none of them have their Zetas.
Yeah. He does have a gear 11 Sabine, which is really good. So I'm thinking, is his Barris Zeta? How is his Barris actually?
I don't know.
I was filtering. Sorry, give me a second.
Yeah, I was looking at other things.
Let's see.
Barris up there.
Jedi. He's got a 7-star gear, 11 pieces more too, Finn.
Well, I'm looking more for Phase 2. So for Phase 1, he's good, right? So
Phase 1 he's good. With Visas Mar, yeah.
Resistance. Well, what's he using for the 4th? If he uses Visas Mar, because I don't see Resistance Trooper at the top either. Does he have a Gear 11 Resistance Trooper or Scavenger Ray?
I'm looking at
No,
Jedi
both
first.
weapons.
His Berzoffi is Gear 8, 7 stars. Hermit Yoda is 6 stars, Gear 11. And then you said Resistance? Let's look at Resistance real quick.
Yeah, his Resistance Trooper and his Scavenger Ray are both Gear 11, so he should take his Resistance Trooper to Gear 12 if he wants more Phase 1 damage teams. But
his Resistance Trooper is Gear 11. So is the Scavenger
if he
Ray.
gets it to Gear 12, it'll be better, especially with Visas and everything. So he might want to take one of those, and more likely than not, it'll be Trooper, because Scavenger Ray requires way too much gear. So probably Resistance Trooper. Then you have your Phase 1 team pretty much set. Phase 2 is a little bit interesting, though, because the typical team is a Kenobi lead, which he has, with a Wampa, Thrawn, Sabine. So he's good on those 4. And then you have a healer that does an AoE heal because it triggers Kenobi's lead abilities, so you get everyone with full health to attack. Benefit of Hermit Yoda is that he will do his Master's Training, which causes everyone with Master's Training to go again as well. So you can basically get double the amount of full attacks from everyone. So Hermit Yoda is ideal in that situation.
Sure.
Yours is 6-star. I don't know how close you are to getting him 7-star. But he is the one that you would want there. Until then, what I was thinking is his Boba's only Gear 9.
Yeah, but just throw Boba in the lead.
Yeah. He's not going to do much damage, but yeah, you really just need him for his crit damage anyway. So
yeah,
he might. Yeah, I think the team you would go with is a Boba lead with Wampa, Thrawn, Sabine, and Kenobi. And then just try to get Wampa to go as many times as you can with Kenobi.
You could also throw Ezra in there if you wanted to, and just use Ezra's assist to call Wampa.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could do that too.
A Wampa Wampa?
Wampa Wampa.
So that gives you some ideas of what teams you need to work on and stuff like that. I want to look at Sith.
How is his we were looking at the main checks mix. How is his POW?
I didn't look at his POW. I'm looking at Sith right now.
His POW is Gear 8, 7-star. That's all you need for POW. Okay,
so he's running a JTR team. He could run. He could switch to Sith if he wanted to, but he seems to be doing alright in PvP. But he's got the pieces to run with Palpatine, Scion, Nihilus, and Vader. Let's say like a Thrawn. He could run. He could switch over to Sith if he wanted to. Empire team. And then who did you want me to look at? POW?
Yeah, I looked at it. His POW is Gear 8, which is all you really need.
Yeah.
So he does have a check mix team. If you can get POW higher, that's better. Makes it so you get a little more offense out of him for the standalone on Hunt. But
Standalone.
So that's all you need. But yeah, I think if you want to get higher in Arena, you have to get away from Jedi Training Ray.
Okay. Yeah, overall this roster looks pretty solid. How are we looking on mods?
Let's take a look at his mods.
I think you're on the right path, Jay. Just stick with what you're doing. You know, it's more just about gear, and it's about, finishing up, teams. Night Sisters look really solid. I'd go finish Night Sisters, go finish up Imperial Troopers, and then start working on your First Order. Getting them gear, put the Zetas on. That's where I would go next. Those are going to give you some solid teams in some different areas, because it looks like you've got the other teams for the phases of Heroic with JTR. Of course, you got to get finished Hermit Yoda, but that's a farm, not anything else. And then, of course, you've got the Chex Mix team, which is just really, really good. You've got Death Trooper, you've got POW, you've got, what you need.
Yeah, for his mods aren't terrible. The only thing is it looks like they're spread out a little bit, but they're spread out on characters that he's using, right? So I don't see his CLS on his arena. I'm checking his ending ranks here, because I don't see CLS, but he has some mods, like for example on his CLS that have good speed secondaries. He has a couple on Death Trooper. But the rest of them, he has like one on Hermit Yoda. But I see them largely on Jedi Training Ray, on BB-8, and so he looks like he's doing relatively okay. There might be some modding in order to try and keep balance between his arena and his territory war, which is what it's looking like. Territory war maybe a little bit on the raid side, so you don't have to remod. I would make sure that you're focused heavily on your arena first, so you can get into the top 20. And once you're in the top 20, then you can kind of mod around a little bit, because he does have a lot of mods on his like Imperial Troopers. He has some mods already on his Sith team, because I can see Nihilus has some of his good secondaries, and Vader. You have your Thrawn. So I guess it just depends on what you're trying to mod for. It looks like you're modded more for PvE right now. Although, well, I should say, you're using Jedi Training Ray, so you are heavy in Jedi Training Ray. But I would switch your mods over to Emperor Palpatine a little bit and get that team going. Was that you, Grande, trying to say something?
Oh, Christ. He's such a big deal.
I'm just going to tell you, what is the deal with people driving on the wrong side of the road? I almost got in another freaking car.
Well, stop driving on the wrong side of the road, Grande.
I am driving on the right side of the road.
I don't believe you. I think you're such a big deal. You think you can drive anywhere you want.
Another dude was driving on the freaking left side of the road, and he's like...
Well, maybe they're from England, Grande.
And I'm like, how are you driving on the wrong side of the road, bro? Like, come on, man. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Maybe it was the same guy.
Nah, this is a totally different part of town. I mean, it could have been the same guy, but I don't think so. It's a totally different part of town. I'm just like, maybe I just drive a lot. That's so I see all this stuff. I mean, I'm always in my truck, but dang. All right, I'm better now. At least this one wasn't heart stopping. It was just more of like, are you serious? Okay.
All right, so I think that covers his mods and stuff. He did have two other things that he was curious about. One is that he has 2 Zetas right now that he's holding. So he wanted to know where he could potentially use those. The other thing was he has one of the Gear 12 Plus pieces. He has, let me take which one it is. It is the HoloLens that can potentially go onto Jedi Training Ray, onto Kenobi, onto Baze, or onto Death Trooper. And so he was wondering if he should spend it.
Arena team, baby. It goes on your arena team.
Yep.
Yep. And if you're switching your arena team away from a Jedi Training Ray, then you want to hold on to that.
Yeah.
So I don't know what his thought is. He's in the chat. So what do you think about switching to the Sith team, which is an Emperor Palpatine lead, Vader, Nihilus, Scion, and Thrawn? Because then you can remod for those characters, and then you would have, I think you would be able to rise higher in arena. You could actually, if you wanted to, depending on the teams that you were facing and stuff, potentially sub out Thrawn for Enfys Nest, because I saw that you have an Enfys also. So you could potentially sub out Thrawn for Enfys Nest and run that team as well when you're rising on offense. You can leave it on defense too if you want. It's actually not terrible. You could also sub in Enfys Nest for Vader, weirdly enough. And that has helped people as well, because then you get the speed of Enfys and Thrawn, which helps you kind of take advantage of a match. So those are just some things that you could potentially change. So V, do you have his Zetas open? If you want to read out what Zetas he does have.
I had them open, and you didn't want me to read the Zetas out, so...
I didn't want... I just wanted the ones he didn't have, god damn it.
He doesn't have everything but what, like 20 of them?
He doesn't have his Bounty Hunter Zeta.
Oh, well, God forbid.
I'm just saying. Alright. 1 second, almost there.
That's what she said.
Yeah, but then you found out that she was a he.
And I think he's a changeling.
Alright, he has 19 Zetas.
Yeah, he has 19 Zetas, yeah. You're getting there, hold on.
So he has double Asajj. You have it open, V?
Almost there. Yeah,
Right.
wait, I lost
Almost
it.
there.
Okay, I got it. So he has double Zeta Asajj. He has Roll with the Punches on BB-8. He has It Binds All Things on CLS. He has Inspiring Through Fear, which is the lead ability, if I remember correctly, on Vader. He has Finn's lead.
Finley,
Yes.
Veers, Thrawn, Ebb and Flow, Raidhan, Ray. I'm not Ray. Other Ray. Jin.
Jin.
To the fray. OG Kylo, Double Talzin, Daka, Number Crunch, Inspiring Presence, Insights, Return to the Light on Visas, and then
So
Corner
he
Piece.
doesn't have Emperor Palpatine lead Zeta.
Negative.
You need that one. You also don't have Scion Zeta. You need that one. You also don't have Nihilus Zeta, which is going to be your third Zeta if you want to focus on this quad. Question is, where are you with Traya? Because if you're getting close with Traya, you might want to focus in... Well, this is a tricky one. You want to save one for at least Traya's unique. So you would probably do the same thing, which is Palpatine lead, then Scion unique, and then I would say do Traya's unique above Nihilus's unique if you are getting Traya done and geared up before that. So depending on where you are with Traya, that makes a little difference also. So those would be where you would want to spend your Zetas. Because the Emperor Palpatine team is good in Arena, it's good in Territory Wars as well. So you will get a lot of bang for your buck with, especially the Emperor Palpatine Zeta. And then if you're going that route, you'll want one on Scion, so you can start getting the Triumvirate ready for when Traya arrives. So that's that. And then we discussed the HoloLens, which is Jedi Training Ray if you're going to continue using her, otherwise hold it. Oh.
Hey, we just got $4.99 from Calvin McCoy. Thank you very much, Calvin. We really appreciate it. Didn't say anything, but that's okay. We appreciate the donation anyway. Thank you, sir. All right. Anything else? I think we really went in depth on this one.
Yeah, I think that's it. If you have any other questions, Spartacus, you know where to find us. Just message us.
I am Spartacus.
Everyone I know.
He is Spartacus.
I am Spartacus.
I am
He is
Spartacus.
He is Spartacus.
Grant is too much of a big deal to be Spartacus.
Spartacus wishes he was the big deal.
Oh. All right. So, again, come to our Discord.
I'm trying not to have the wind blow in the microphone and everybody yell at me.
Well, you should drive with your windows up, Grande. I don't understand.
I'm not driving anymore now. I'm stopped.
Oh, well, I mean, don't live in a windy area? I don't know what to tell you.
Chicken report, Grande.
Oh!
I do not see any chickens right
Damn
now.
it.
We have no chickens. There's a duck toy on the floor though. We have a duck toy.
Right.
Everybody, here's the duck toy.
Did you catch it with your jacket?
I did not. I caught it with my hand, and now I'm driving the dog wild, squeaking the toy.
Is this a random duck toy that you just found on the ground that you're now squeaking?
Well, no, it's her toy. It's her special toy.
Is it a toy in the shape of a duck, or is it's some duck's toy?
No. It's a toy in the shape of a duck.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Wondering.
That is a fair question. Only with Grande can we question of whether or not the toy is for a duck or if it's actually in the shape of a duck.
I mean,
You just never know.
Alright, let's get to some questions.
Yeah, I am in the process of doing the Ewok event, of course.
Ski Trooper. Question, now that he is a free agent, what team will you use LeBron on in Territory Wars?
Yeah, I'm thinking Asgard or maybe...
said NASCAR.
No, I'm going Asgard.
I thought he belonged on Voltron.
Yeah,
How dare you, Bronte? That's blasphemy. He's not a lion. Use science when you answer these questions.
But he is kind of cavalier.
Really?
Next question.
Grande, you're on a timeout.
Tech Jericho. Question, what is the best way to mod Resistance Trooper for Heroic Sith Resistance Team?
crit damage, crit chance.
Yep.
Agreed.
With speed
Remember,
secondaries.
Yep.
Remember, he's going to get an expose based on crits from a Ray lead, as well as his potency. So one of his goes through potency tenacity check, but the other one doesn't. It's based on crit.
Tim Bedard, any thoughts / speculation on what is coming in July since we got HK47 for the July login character?
Droid rework.
Yep.
Separatists and droids.
Start gearing up your IG 100s and your B2s. Or am I wrong?
Revan.
I don't think you're wrong.
All right, Stanley, you give us another question. And Skype went poop. Oh, Christ. All right, Skype decided to go
It's a bad day in Canada and therefore the world.
Skype went cray-cray, so if there's a question, go ahead and ask it again. Because I was like, hello, Stanley, ask another question, and it just it cut off. And it hung up on me.
Can you hear us, Stanley? No, Stanley disconnected. It's a Stanley.
Oh, okay, I guess it was more than one of us that got hosed.
What happened there?
I don't know. Skype just went.
Like
I got disconnected.
You both did.
Well, I was here.
Nobody cares.
Okay.
Oh, I would also like to make an announcement, guys. This is really, really kind. I can't believe he's doing this, but if you message Grande today directly, he will give you a free mod review.
And if you message Ranger,
no. It's Grande. He reached out to me today and before. I forgot. I'm sorry, Grande. That he really wants to help you guys out a lot. So he's like, Ranger, can we do something cool? And I was like, yeah, Grande, what do you want to do? He's like, you know what? I owe you guys for all these mod reviews. So if you message Grande directly and just ask him, he will stop what he's doing and do a mod review for you guys today. But you have to message him directly because he can't do it in Discord.
Ranger trolling me again.
What do you mean?
Hey, make sure you tag Ranger every chance you get.
No. Just you, Grande. I don't need to be part of it. You're doing the mod review. I mean, that's what's needed. You said you wanted to do this. I mean, I'm busy. I don't have time to help. So
here,
I mean,
I got a delegate here. Why don't you guys just tag them both?
There you go. Tag us both. Put us in a group chat. Put us in a group chat.
No, don't put us in a group chat. I will not be helping. I'll be fine. What matters here is that Grande's doing the mod reviews. So if you want a mod review, just tag Grande. Just get in there and ask him, say, Grande, can you please help me, sir? And he will be more glad to do it. That's what's important.
Yeah, Ranger is definitely here for the viewers. So
yeah,
want to make sure that you guys know that Ranger is also here to help you at any time.
I will not be online.
And so put us in a group.
I will be working on D&D stuff. That's why I can't help you, Grande.
Oh man.
Got to roll some characters.
All right, what's our next question?
Trez from Rogue One. Question, do we know of any guilds that are undefeated in territory wars?
There's no such thing.
I think Ouchie.
Everybody's lost one.
Everybody's lost. Ouchie's lost one.
Are you sure? I think Ouchie said she was undefeated.
They've lost one, I think.
Ouchie can confirm because she's in the chat. I thought she said she's undefeated.
I think they lost one finally because I think Ouchie was pretty upset about it. I could be wrong, or maybe I'm getting my wires crossed, which would be the first time.
Paul Morgan, question, when you get a credit heist, is it better to level up a useful character or max mods with the credits?
I think it depends.
Yeah.
I would have to say it depends on where you are. I mean, characters let's talk about what mods do you need to max first? Arena mods, your ship's characters need to have max mods on them. your TW teams need to have max mods on them. Your raid teams need to have max mods on them. Once you've finished those teams, then I would say you want to go back and start leveling up characters. But it's kind of a little bit from column A and a little bit from column B.
Chewy, question: Jango Fett as a legendary event for the Clone Wars reboot in the fall.
Do it.
It's not going to happen. And the reason why it's not going to happen is because it's going to look just like Boba Fett. How do they make Jango Fett look different than Boba Fett?
One will be blue and shiny. The other one will be look old, crusty, and busted.
Yeah.
You mean one has new armor and the other one has old armor?
Well,
but the son has the old armor and the
No, the dad has the old armor.
No, the dad has the new armor. His son adopted it.
It looks new, but it's old.
How do you tell apart the Jawas?
Well, you lift up their robes, and then you do a cough check, and then that's how you find
do
out.
The same thing with Boba and Jango.
See, that's Dr. Finn coming through with science.
I just
Jango's a legendary bounty hunter lead. Oh man, that'd be amazing.
I'm just saying.
I'd be surprised if he's a lead though, only because that would undermine the new boss character that they just introduced.
Don't really undermine it unless they made him better.
I know, but they just released this whole boss character, and he's supposed to be this great bounty hunter lead and everything. And then if they release a legendary character, I feel like his character will lose so much value. Because Bosk is just really good in lead position.
You don't have to have him in the lead. Yeah,
you don't have to, but I really like his.
He could be the lead for the. He could be the lead for the leftovers.
True.
But most of them don't even have two of them don't even have a contract.
They are getting contracts at some point.
Eventually, right?
That. Yeah, the dev said that they only did the OG trilogy bounty hunters first, and they're into.
Yeah, but I don't think there's a timeline on when Zam and Cad Bane are getting theirs.
They could introduce people like Aura or what's it called?
They would have to introduce.
They could introduce.
I'm going to tell you right now.
We need Embo.
They're going back to droids, guys. That's why we got freaking HK-47.
Revan was a droid. We're going to get Revan.
How dare you, Finn? That is blasphemy.
We're going back to dark side droids. I mean,
hell yeah. Grievous rework incoming, maybe.
Going back to Geonosians. I mean, it's not going to be what everyone thinks it is. I mean, it's.
Well, I got my Grievous maxed out, so I'm ready.
I'm telling you, Grievous is going to get a pretty good rework. Would be my guess.
Yep.
They already. I mean, he's one of the hardest characters in the game to get to 7-star.
And also to gear.
And a hug.
I mean, I think I had GK before I had Grievous done. Back in the day.
And then.
And on a side note, Fulcrum Ahsoka isn't the Phoenix character. Next question, Sanley.
Nathaniel Miller, question: will there be a Wednesday stream next week, or will you be taking time off to burn yourself with fireworks?
We're going to stream next week.
Mm-hmm.
There is not going to be a lunch stream, though.
No lunch stream.
Andrew Sweeney, question: which shops are you saving currency in, and which do you spend?
I spend all my Galactic War. I'm spending both my Arena and Galactic War mainly because I'm getting the prestige out of the Arena, and I'm getting the ships and turn it into Shard Shop currency. I mean, really, there's no shop right now that I'm not spending in, whether it's gear or stuff for certain things. So
no, I'm saving currency in every shop up to 25K. That's me. I think I've got it. I've almost got it done everywhere. So every store has 25K.
I'm spending on my Galactic War and Arena since they said nothing was coming there, but I'm saving in
I'm even saving those. Can you
in Guild.
25K, and then I start spending.
Yeah, I can't save that because I need gear and stuff. So mine is spending all of it.
Okay, Jason Conger. Question: what 4 teams are the best to place on defense for war without crippling offense?
That is $1 million question, and it changes all the time. So
And on your guild strategy.
and on your guild strategy, right? So, I mean, right? It also depends on the buffs we have for the table. So, we can give you 8 teams that work, but that doesn't mean you're going to set all 8 teams, right? First order, great choice for defense. Also a great choice for offense. JTR team, great choice for defense, great choice for offense. Night Sister team, great choice for defense, great choice for offense. PLS team, great choice for offense, great choice for defense. Triumvirate, either under an EP lead or under a trail lead, great choice for offense, great choice for defense. Phoenix, great choice for offense, great choice for defense. Zeta, Darth Maul, with great choice for offense, great choice for defense. Palpatine Vader, great choice for offense, great choice for defense. Thrawn lead, great choice for offense, great choice for defense. Did I miss any?
Gamorrean Guard.
Terrible everywhere. Don't even try it.
Why are you going to be hating on Gamorrean Guard?
No
I kind of
Ugnut
love the
either.
piggies, Grande.
No Ugnut either.
No, you're hating on all the piggies.
Oh, how about a Jedi team? Here's the great one, Ewoks. Great on offense, not so great on defense. What about, here you go, Jedi team under either Qui-Gon Jinn Zeta or under a couple of Zetas on Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda. Great on offense, not so great on defense. GK Barris teams, great on offense, can still work on defense. Now I think I'm done. Rex teams, great on offense. Don't put Rex on defense.
No, I think I'm done. Here's another team. Let's freaking Grande.
Sorry, my brain kept going. It's science.
Grande.
I mean, but did anybody disagree with what I just said? I mean, tell me.
I might have disagreed with one or two, but I think overall the whole point is that you have to figure out what your guild's strategy is. Because even if we name 4 teams, right? Let's just say, for example, we name CLS, Emperor Palpatine, Night Sisters, and Phoenix are the teams that you're putting on defense. Depending on what level of guild you're in, not everyone's going to have all 4 of those teams figured out, right? So they might need to substitute their Phoenix for a crew team, or they might need to save their Night Sisters, and they don't have an Emperor Palpatine team, so you might end up using a Zeta Maul Sith team or something like that. So it's hard to say what the top 4 is because it's not just based on what you're putting on defense. Every team has something that they can get beaten by. The question is also, what is the other team putting on defense, so you don't know what they're holding on offense, and then if they have the perfect counters, you might be screwed. Right? If you have a whole territory of nothing but Night Sisters, and they have all of their Imperial Troopers ready to go, they're going to crush your Night Sisters, and now your Night Sister doesn't look so good. But if they put Imperial Troopers on defense, now they don't have that. Maybe they require 3 attacks in order to take out half of the Night Sisters in your team, or in your territory. So it's not as easy as saying these are like the 4 good teams that you need to put on defense. It's what your guild has, what kind of strategy you're using, and then kind of going from there.
And then to add on to that, mods matter, right? So, for example, depending on how big your guild gets into it, you might say, okay, we need everybody's, Poe Dameron to be over, 260 speed, and we need everybody's Nest to be over 300, and we need everybody, and you guys gotta put First Order Officer at, plus 80 speed. I mean, so sometimes it's not just the team, but it's also the mods you put on the team.
Thane
longer. Go ahead.
Thane Kyrell, question for Ranger. Are you ever going to give an answer longer than 1 syllable while you are playing Battlefront 2?
No.
Chewie, question.
Ranger does focus very heavily when he's playing.
Chewie, question. Which character and faction would you like to see introduced the most, besides Revan?
Dr. Afra, who may be coming with the droid rework. I'm going to throw that out there.
Afra and the droids would be kind of cool, right? Give us some more dark side droids.
Delta Spins and Jawas.
You know, I'm thinking dark side characters, right? I'm thinking we need some more dark side characters still.
Or
Inquisitors.
Tuscans.
Brad Woods, do you think that we will get level 90 because ships show XP?
No.
I mean, we're bound to get it. I don't know if it's coming now, but I mean, eventually we're going to get a level cap increase.
So here's the deal, right? They basically work this thing out where every quarter we get something new, right? So it's like every 3 months we get something new. You know, they've already said that they're going to do something with mods. You know, they've already given us a new raid. They've already given us, you know, TW and TB, and then they gave us ships. So we're probably going to get up some kind of modification to mods, and then after mods,
Revan.
Wait, so mods would be this coming quarter.
And then Revan for the new year.
So this quarter we got 2 more months, right? We have until September for the next quarter. So potentially we have like 2 months until we get another big release. That would seem strange that they would give it to us then, but then at the very end of the year, like in November or right before Christmas, right before, you know, I could easily see that we got a level increase.
Ski Trooper, question: top 3 Zetas for Jedi.
Top 3 Zetas for Jedi. I'd probably go
Double Hermit Yoda and Barris.
I'd go single Hermit Yoda, Ezra, and Barris. Then probably I'd look at Grandmaster Yoda.
David Thane, question: I'm using Rex / Wampa / Thrawn / GK / Mother Talzin in Arena. What is the best mod set for Thrawn for Arena?
Speed.
Ooh,
Speed.
Ooh. Yeah. I run that exact lineup, and my Thrawn's 272, I think it is. And I mean that does the job for me because, you know, Rex is about up there as well. With his speed, I think it's like 260 plus. I can't remember exactly right now, but it's just getting Rex Thrawn to go first, and then getting the advantage of the turn meter.
Salinas Riveros, question: as you guys just said, very probably General Grievous rework, very probable Malevolence.
Possible.
Yeah, it's possible. It's not outside the realm of possibility.
We could get the Soulless one.
We just got Range Trooper.
Yep.
So he needs a rework already?
Chewy, question: is Maul still worth the Zeta?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think if you have the other prioritized Sith ones, yeah. I mean, if you're trying to make a second team, especially.
It's strictly for his ship, and it's strictly for TW. So let's remember.
Yeah. And another thing is, like, I don't know about you guys, but Scimitar's kind of disappearing out of PvP, if you ask me.
I agree. But I'm just saying, if you were going to tell me Ezra, or you were going to tell me Maul, I'd tell you Ezra.
Well, there is
it depends on what our choices are, right?
Well, there is a Team Grande with a Triumvirate with a Maul lead that's showing up more now, which is a pretty interesting team, actually, even in Arena.
Yeah, I get it. It's an evasion. It sort of works, but it's...
Because you can feed turn meter to like all the Triumvirate even before you kind of need, right? So it works. I mean, you can do a Maul lead with a Triumvirate as well. So I don't know if I would say it's only Territory War. If you build them correctly, I think Maul could still work with Triumvirate for Arena.
But we already know the counter to that.
Yeah.
The counter is R2-D2, which means...
Well, everything has a counter, but...
Right. But it's a counter everybody already has geared up and farmed and ready to go.
Right. That, I mean, like, on a positive note too, it's like Finn said earlier too. It's good for territory wars, so it's not going to hurt you, I'd say.
But I think we need to know what the either or is, right? We need to know.
Yeah,
okay,
like,
I'm either gonna Zeta Maul, or I'm gonna put my second Zeta on R2, or I'm gonna Zeta Maul, or I'm gonna Zeta Qui-Gon Jinn, or I'm gonna Zeta Maul, or I'm gonna Zeta, or I'm gonna put the second Zeta on, Traya, or I'm gonna Zeta Nest. You have to have
definitely.
You have to have an either or, not is it good or is it bad, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm not saying it's a must-have Zeta because I don't have it myself personally, but there's plenty of other Zetas to prioritize before that, I'd say.
Sure.
Jason Conger, question, would we ever get a mod fabrication feature when they fix the mod management? Say pay to re-roll the secondary stats or pay to change to a secondary of choice.
Ooh, that would
Probably.
be kind of cool.
Yeah, but that would change the dynamics of mods so much. I mean, it would be cool. I just don't see it being... I don't see it coming in the game.
Yeah, neither do I.
Kazakage too easy. Question, do you have to have Zetas to beat Mythic event for Ewoks?
They help. But you should have at least one Empire Zeta you can use.
Mythics are hard, so you either need Zetas or you need them to be really geared and modded out. So your call. But Mythics are not supposed to be easy, as we've seen in some of the other ones too, right? They feed them turn meter, or they make them like ridiculous number of waves and do crazy damage at the end. So it's up to you how you want to try and tackle it. Do you need Zetas? No. But what does that mean? You need to get them pretty geared and modded. So however you want to go. Every Zeta buys you a little less gear that you need in order to beat.
Yeah, speaking of which, Ranger, you should really focus on killing the Elder.
No, I'm just screwing around. I'm looking at other stuff.
Okay, Thane Kyrell, question. Recently, we've seen a lot of focus on health, i.e. Nest, Gear 12 Plus, and Night Sisters. Do you think that CG is trying to make healers viable again?
Well, they
they
should
were ever
try to
not
make
viable.
viable again. Healers have been not viable for a really long time, except for
Really?
maybe the exclusion of Ewok, Elder, and Barris. So yeah, we have.
Well, I mean, I guess, but I mean, it's not necessarily just healers, right? So Emperor Palpatine's lead also has the healing ability, which comes into play really nicely, right? You have Thrawn that recovers protection. There's other ways to do healing. I know they haven't been exclusively in the healer role, right? But the healing aspect has always been part of Arena.
Right.
CLS is...
And Night Sisters is a full heal team.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe they are trying to focus it more on the healer class to try to bring some more attention to them. But, I mean, the concept of healing has always been part of the game and how you try and develop it. It just hasn't followed that natural kind of format of trying to keep a tank, a healer, an attacker, and then two kind of like middle positions almost, like maybe like an off tank and attacker and then like a off healer and a healer type, which is usually like a 5-team composition in a lot of RPG type games. This one has shifted definitely more to just going full offense. So maybe they are trying to make it a little bit more heal heavy, but I don't think it's anything. I think healing has always been present because GK Bears can go quite a distance against a lot of the meta teams.
Thane Kyrell, question around the corn. Is there a guild around your GP range that you have always wanted to face in territory wars but haven't yet, and why?
I haven't looked to know.
Dang. I've never really thought about it. I mean, we've faced most of the guilds, probably 10 or 15 guilds up and 10 or 15 guilds down from where we're at.
Danilo Papais, question, do we need / want a Sith capital ship?
No,
we would need to have Sith ships first.
And right now, we only have 2.
Right now we only have one extra ship. So we have like 29 regular ships, or no, we can only put 7. So it's like we only have 22 regular ships. Because I always end up with one ship left over whenever I fill out my whole battlements for all 4. We have 29 regular ships. So we need so before we get another capital ship, we need at least another 2 to 6 more regular ships before we get a capital ship.
I'm actually surprised we didn't get any with PvE ships table. Not for sure we would get some new ships introduced, even if they're just generic ships, like something.
Jason Conger, question: Vader unique Zeta or Visas Mar Zeta?
What do you
Is
use?
Visas Mars 7-star?
It doesn't say.
If she's not, then neither.
And that's all the questions that I have.
Okay.
Is Ranger playing Battlefront? He's very quiet.
Nope. I think it says only to use one word syllable, so I'm being quiet and doing that.
No, it is one syllable when you're playing Battlefront. When you're playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you're supposed to use full sentences.
Oh, well, I'm done.
And that's from the big deal, so it matters.
Okay, Richard Boscher. Which should be my next Zeta? Hermit Yoda, Gear 11, Gear 12, Grandmaster Yoda, or Gear 9 Thrawn?
Thrawn doesn't need a Zeta. Grandmaster Yoda is too early. And which one are you looking at for Hermit Yoda? Because then I know Xylo wants to jump in on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I like both of Hermit Yoda Zetas, but if you're gonna pick one of the two, strength flows through the Force. And like Vin said too about Thrawn, you don't need ebb and flow, but ebb and flow was one of my first Zetas, and I didn't regret it still to this day. Even still, I use him every day. Like I said, I use him in that Rex, GK, Thrawn, Wampa, Mother Talzin team in Arena right now. You know, Thrawn's one of the fastest characters, and putting the ebb and flow is pretty useful and gives you a little more of an advantage if you're using him in ships PvP too as well. So if you're going to prioritize one or the other, in my opinion, Hermit Yoda, because you can use him in the Sith raid. He's great on territory wars. You know, he's got a great kit in general, and you know, obviously there's all the hype about, you know, needing him for something in the future, so putting a Zeta on him isn't going to hurt you in the long run for all those aspects. And you can look at ebb and flow later if you want.
Skate Trooper, question: what tunes in the game do you think are likely to get a ship?
Anakin Skywalker.
Maybe a Asajj.
Grandmaster Yoda?
Dooku.
All of the bounty hunters?
Yep.
Maybe some more first order ships with some we have in game. I don't know.
Kazakagi, too easy. Question: do I finish Night Sisters with Talzin lead or Zeta crew lead?
Which one are you closer on?
What were the two again, Stanley?
Finishing Night Sisters with Talzin Zeta or Zeta crew lead?
Stay on target.
Yep. Whichever one you're
finish-
closer to.
Yeah, finish Night Sisters off and then go over to First Order. You know, because it sounds like you already have everything else. If you have both Zetas on Asajj, Doc is a plus if you do or don't have it. Plague Bearer, I have that one. It's great. Turn meter's king in every aspect of the game. And then First Order is awesome too, so that takes a lot of work to put into First Order as well.
Todd Mayotte.
Mayotte.
Mayot.
Did Grande
Yeah.
just correct you
Okay.
sanely?
Well,
And
I
incorrectly.
got
He
it
corrected him incorrectly. Just to throw it out there.
I always liked Todd Mayotte, but apparently we're saying it wrong now.
Yes, it's Mayot.
Okay,
Alright.
Todd Mayotte. Question, I just put the second Zeta on Asajj. I did Talking Unique. I'm guessing that's supposed to be Tarkin Unique. Should I do Daka next
I'm guessing
or work?
Towson, actually.
Tal-
He's talking Night Sisters, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
It's probably
Towson
autocorrect.
Unique.
Yeah, it's
Towson
probably a
talking.
typo.
Should I do Daka next or work on the Yoda team?
Pass on Yoda for now. Do
What
something
Yoda
else.
team? Is he talking about the Phase 1 team?
Yeah, the Grandmaster Lead, Hermit Yoda, Ezra, all that junk. That's not worth it right now. Unless you
No.
have Jedi maxed out, which you most likely don't work on the Jedi right now. It's not worth investing 40 Zetas into Yoda. I mean, Hermit Yoda's worth the bet. I mean, I preach that all the live long, but Grandmaster Yoda, I think we all agree that it's still missing something.
So Night Sisters, the Daka doesn't need a Zeta.
Nope, it doesn't.
So
Right.
when you're asking what to do a Zeta on, right, between those two, you don't need a Zeta on Daka. You can put a Zeta on the Yoda team. Now, I don't know which Yoda you're referring to, whether Hermit Yoda or Grandmaster Yoda. Grandmaster Yoda right now is still questionable in terms of how much usefulness he has. If you're in a really competitive guild, chances are by the time you finish Jedi Training Rey, which is still the better team for Phase 1, your Phase 1 might be over before you can even run your Grandmaster Yoda team. So putting a Zeta on him in that scenario is really not going to be that worth it. Hermit Yoda has a lot more uses. So if you're talking about putting a Zeta on Hermit Yoda I think is a much better established character at this point that you can put a Zeta on. Grandmaster Yoda has a really nice kit. It's just hard to figure out where exactly he fits. So that's the main thing. Now finish it gearing up Daka, but if you're asking about the Zeta, you don't have to put a Zeta on Daka. It's a nice little thing to have, but totally unnecessary.
Right, and then Hermit Yoda, especially for the Sith raid in general, like I've been transitioning him out of my P1 JTR team. Like the mechanics work well in there, but most of the time he doesn't make it out of Phase 2. So then you can also look at, he doesn't make it out of Phase 1, but if you look at that Phase 2 team with Hermit Yoda and Wampa, GK, or whoever else you want to put together with Hermit Yoda and Wampa, you could do a lot of damage in P2 with that. So, I mean, you could focus on that team instead of focusing on Jedi right now.
What else 73? Wow, maybe it's the rubber ducky that is helping Grande's pronunciation.
Could be, that's science. Any other questions?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. All right, I think we can call this one done, guys. So thank you all for joining us for the lunch stream. We do this every week, Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. Sometimes we go a little bit longer, depending on the day. Next week, we're going to be doing a lot of roster reviews, so stay tuned for that. Also, tomorrow, make sure you join us for the Jedi Academy. We're back from 10 a.m., usually to about 12 p.m. We have a bunch of YouTubers, Game Changers, Best of the Best, and then we throw in a little sprinkle of Mental Damage from RSG, and we have the Jedi Academy, which is just a Q&A show to answer all your Star Wars Galaxy Heroes questions. And then tomorrow night, we will have the RSG Mature stream, where we basically cut up, have loose, drink, be merry, have a good time. Sunday, we're still working on, it'll be mid-afternoon, late afternoon. We haven't decided yet on if we're going, when we're doing it, but we are doing it for D&D. So we'll have our second part of our D&D campaign, so check that out. And I think that's pretty much it. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. It really supports the channel. If you're watching this, you obviously like what we're putting out. please, by all means, give us a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And then when you subscribe, you know when we're putting out the latest and greatest of all the stuff that we're doing. We are going to do a Battlefront stream right after this. Not immediately, but right after this, we'll do a Battlefront stream for a couple hours. And then we will do, I think that'll be it until the Jedi Academy on Saturday morning. So, on behalf of myself and the RSG crew, thank you guys for being here. We really, really appreciate it. If you have any questions that we didn't get to, then please go into our Discord. It's linked down below. We have a community of over 1,000 people there to help you answer any of your Star Wars Galaxy Heroes questions. And hey, they're just really nice people. Why don't you hang out and have a good time and get to know some other people? That's what it's there for. So on behalf of myself, the crew, everybody have a great rest of your Friday. We'll see you for the Battlefront 2 stream, and then we will see you tomorrow for Jedi Academy or whenever we see you. Talk to you later. Bye.